Pretty light. Pretty. Just wanted to make a little shout out video to those who have been there for me since my life essentially went into a fucking tailspin last August. I wanted to make a little shout out video to those who have actually been there, who have given me endless support, endless hours of me crying because I'm such a tragic head case, and hours of support and giving me guidance on how to move forward with my life. It's been pretty difficult. Only having online relationships with people, because I don't get out a lot. I don't socialise with a lot of people face to face. So I've had to wait until certain times of day when certain people, i.e. Steffi, are available and awake to help me through. And just wanted to show my gratitude in a way that's more than just a status. Basically, because words only say so much, but yeah. So since August, I've had many conversations with girlfriends from, girlfriends I grew up with, and girlfriends that I've made online, either through Facebook or poetry or whatever. And those people have known my entire life of the last few years. Some bits, but not all of it, but some of it, most of it hasn't been great. And but I mean, it's been good and bad, but since August it's been mostly bad. My relationship has disintegrated into nothing after 15 years, which I hold a lot of responsibility for. I feel that I share 50% of that blame for not always being a good wife, not always being a good friend, not always being a good mum to Kenzie sometimes. I share 50% of that blame. So I can't put it all on him because that would be unfair and that would just be stupid if I didn't share some of that blame, because I know I haven't been perfect to him and he hasn't been perfect to me. So, and we've tried to get through it, but it's just become impossible now. Absolutely impossible, because he's so wrapped up in his mental illness and he's choosing to stay insane, as it were, and he's resisting help. He's in the hospital now, but he's resisting help, and he thinks the nurses are out to get him, and I don't understand it, because he's on another wavelength that I don't understand. And I'm trying to support myself and Kenzie so that we can have a nice, peaceful life without drama, without bullshit, without rubbish. And that's hard when all he wants to do is just keep bringing me down and just making it bullshit and not even acknowledging the fact that I'm a human being. That's been a problem. So I'm starting to now set serious boundaries for my contact with him, because today and Friday night it just wasn't the best of communication. He just no. And I don't want to put up with that anymore. I mean, if he wants to be normal and start taking his meds and realise that he has a serious mental health issue, that he may need to be on, you know, either schizophrenia medication or bipolar medication for the rest of his life, and, you know, go to his outpatient appointments and all that stuff, then yeah, I'll be there to be his mate. But as far as being in a relationship with him, I don't think that that's going to happen, because I don't know who he is anymore. He's a stranger to me. So anyway, not about that. Fuck. So yeah, to the shout out part. I've had such awesome conversations with Steffi, Leon, Christy, Chuck even. I'll throw Chuck in there, about, you know, what's been going on, just keeping them abreast of what's going on. Speaking of, Steffi just messaged me. Shut up. No, don't shut up. No. No, I love you. Don't take that away. But mainly it's been Steffi who has been there for me as my person, my rock, my soulmate, my sister from another mister. SBM, yeah. She was there the night after I was psychologically evaluated for 9 hours because I wanted to play in traffic because someone told me to go off myself. She was there. I talked everything through her. I cried. I was laughing. She was making me feel better. She was bringing me up after a very, very shit day and a very shit few months. She made me feel better. Along with Christy and Leon. I even spoke to Leon that night and you know, had a good chat. And I think that in a stage of transition like that, you need people behind you. I've realised, and I've tried many times in the past to do it myself, and I realise I can't do it by myself. There are things I can do for myself, but working through issues that are just so complex and so complicated and so frustrating that I need people behind me. I need my people, and she is one of my people. She has been for 11 years, and it's pretty incredible. We've never met. You know, we've always said over the years that one day, it's always #one day, we will meet and we will have tea and cake and we'll have gossips and, you know, it'll be good. And I hope that one day comes soon. But it may not, it may, I don't know what the future holds, but she's always been in my life, whether we've been talking every day or whether we haven't spoken for months. She's always been there. And we've never met. And if it wasn't for a certain person, Matthew, we never would have started speaking 11 years ago, almost 12 years ago, on just before Josie's 12th birthday, that, you know, we probably never would have spoken. I never would have had this awesome friendship with her that has just transcended. It's just incredible. And she's always been such a big support to me, even when I've been a fuck up, even when I've, you know, acted like the immature little sister, even though I'm older than her. She's always been there to kick me in the ass and be like, no, you're being a fuckwit, grow the fuck up, sort of thing. And I don't really know that I have the words to say thank you to her. I honestly don't. I don't know how to thank her for taking time out of her life when she has 2 kids and a stepkid and a husband and a life and, you know, all of these things. She's got an entire life, but she always takes time out of her life to talk to me. And I always feel like I'm taking her away from her life when, you know, I'm in the middle of a crisis or, you know, whatever. I'm like, Steffi, I need my person. The world's ending. Fucking bullshit. You know, and not being able to deal with it myself. She's always been there. I can always rely on her to be like, I'm here. Sorry, I slept in. You know, but I can always rely on her, and it's ridiculous that I can rely on someone who lives in another country, who I've never met, who I've had many conversations with over the years about whatever. I can rely on her more than I can rely on my own husband to bring me up and make me feel better and drag me out of a very dark place. But she does. I don't know how the fuck she does it, and I don't know why she would want to. Like, I'm nothing special. I'm just this dickhead duck from Australia who can't get her life together, who doesn't really know who she is right now. I don't know. I don't know what makes me so special to her, but I don't know. I must be something pretty awesome to her. But there you go. And then there's Christy, who I've known since I was 16. She just rocks. Christy, you fucking rock. Like, when Norma kicked me out when I was 17, I was unsure about reaching out to her because I didn't want to tread on anyone's toes. I didn't want to come into their life and be like, here I am, take care of me, because, it wasn't their job. It wasn't their responsibility to take care of me. But, that night I went and found her in town. She was at TAFE, and I said, Mum's just kicked me out. If I can't stay with you, that's okay. I'll figure something else out. And she was like, no, don't be a dickhead. You're coming home with me. And so, and Kate and Phil and Andrew, they were very accepting of me as part of the furniture, really. And I was able to stay with them for 3 weeks until I organised with my dad to move up here. And they didn't have to. They didn't have to set up their back room for me and make room for me in their lives and in their house, because my own mother was a bitch and just abandoned me. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And I've always thought of Kate and Phil as my surrogate parents. I call Kate Mum. I don't call her Kate. I've always called her Mum. And just being accepted into their family as part of the furniture since, I first met them when I was 16 is something very special to me. And I don't have the words to thank Christy and her parents and her brother for making room for me in their lives when they absolutely didn't have to, but they did. I don't know what to say about that. That just makes me feel, it made me feel loved when I was feeling so unloved by my own mother. Just get out, just fucking go, you hoe bitch. But like these surrogate parents of mine just were like, yeah, come on, you're a part of the furniture, you're our family, let's do this. And so, they put me up. They didn't have to, but they did. And I will be eternally grateful for them, for just letting me just chill out and just recover from the motherfucker of all hangovers of, living under that dragon breath's roof. And I can't thank them enough. I really can't. And, Christy, you and I have, we've had our issues of the past, and I've ghosted you a couple of times because I was too stubborn to think of your opinions on my marriage. And, you asked a simple question. Would it, you know what that question was. I won't go into it, but you know what that question was. And I ghosted you, and I shouldn't have. I should have thought, okay, well, maybe she's got a point, but I didn't. And I just thought, nah, fuck you, and delete. And I shouldn't have done that, because your opinions matter too. And it was just an innocent question, and I'm sorry for that. Anyway, but you have been, a great source of support and guidance for me as well in the last 3 months. And you're coming up to see me in January. That's fucking awesome. Not long now. Hashtag road trip. So that's going to be good. And Leanne, wow, I've known her since we were 12, basically. Year 7 was when we first met, and we've had, oh god, some bullshit high school garbage. Those since we were 12, and we've hated each other and we've been best mates and blah blah blah, what have you. But now it's just we've come such a long way since we were 12. Like, we're now each 33 years old, and we just keep coming back together. And you're funny. You're ridiculously funny. You make me laugh. Answering a phone instead of hello. No. I don't understand why you do that, but it makes me fucking laugh every time I call you and you answer the phone. It's like, the fuck, did a zombie answer? Anyway. So and the amount of times that we've spent together over the years, when you've come up to Surfers and I've gotten away from my bullshit life for a few days or a week or whatever. We've gone to Dracula's and you've dressed me up and done my makeup and given me new clothes and whatever. That's been the highlight of the last few years. I mean, when was the last time we saw each other? 2015? Was it 2015 or 2014? Oh, I don't know. It was fucking so long ago, and everything just fell to shit because, your mother interfered and whatever. But, we got over that, and I think we've both matured a lot in that time. So you be pro, Leanne, and, thanks for putting up with me. I don't know why you'd want to put up with me since we were 12 years old, but you have. And yeah, you'd be fucking pro, dude. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I've really done to deserve people who support me and who want to see me do well and to succeed, when I don't know who I am, what I want out of life. I know that I want Kenzie in my life. I know that I have to have Kenzie in my life. And you all understand that. You all know that, you all know my past with, the girls and the in-laws and, my dragon breath mother and, all of that. You know all that. And you know that since I had Kenzie, that she's been my number one. And that's not going to change. And you know that she's a part of my soul, and you support me in wanting to keep it that way. You understand. You all understand that. Leanne, you're not a parent, obviously, and that's okay. But Steffi and Christy, you are parents. Steffi, you've got 3. Christy, you've got 1, and you know fully, absolutely, 100%, unequivocally, what that need that I have to have her in my life is like. It's like needing a hand to write with. It's like having a nose to smell flowers. It's like having, I don't know, ears to hear a symphony. I don't know, but that's how I feel about Kenzie. I feel that if I didn't have her in my life, I don't know where I'd be, and I don't know that I could continue living if she didn't exist. And I'm